nago kwanire chinga kichingiye mwancho morigereria ho KCTV nainde tokomra na saya tikire Chinsa Inye asenjera ere yoboikira no komanyingana raria ya abereka koe ne kibwa kurwase Chinsemo au nche nkoro kwa Lydia Mora kubotera nere eno kukurase studio ya Kabere. Hochaka morioka buna gutumanya omo sekeito Dan Mzungu nigo ya mateye moko rwase kenyoro gionchoro utoka ime ward ya Geswe bunge ne ya Nyaribali Masaba county ne ya Kisii bitkolia lero ya mwenya o mwamate obo heye maiga yo musubati morino mwenga oyorenge okore mirimo Saudi Arabia korende chinga kera netenka aga kanse na akanyara ko bagakorara ai nibwa bene bitkolia lero ase kinyorekyo habwase abairi nabasani baikirana na komwa pole anena mono kwaye amate ya pole aseboigo abaiboli babo libwenganere byabaine kibunanko basabira bale abana babo abubale Chinse Chesiko boigo chingaki abaiboli bagenderete kuyarigania elinderi gwikirania abana babo chi university hau bakurabya samate mwamane na KCS yaita boigo abaiboli nigo baboli bakwene kibunango twara bale chinkwana na abana babo unenchiraye moyo kubasegeta kwegera chimbwa chire chingia chinga kibago chikwikirana ase university au haseboigo siasa etati wamagega asa matangayo
nasa matanga yo komania omuswa morini omwenga uyo nyara korwa asense ya Saudi Arabia na boigaga kanse agasiri bungima bwaye mubasokano omweli omuswa morini niganyara kwene gwa sekenyorogi enchoro kegotoka emyage usugo dime Nyaribali Masaba asaba iri nabasani banyawekana samatanga yaiga asoko mo kwaeli kwa mweli kurwa sobo ikobwense
morini no twarenge nere training Nairobi chucha tukabere training emetienye etatu tuchandegete tokonywe yari tokonywa amazi tokoriegete litwende Saudi tuchikorigeria abana tukaenda Saudi togokorega siengongu abanyina bana ingo babori morini tokuyene gasi bakonyende duse gasi agante biya naro se damu minto yengira ne Kenya bot ndendere chibyono mwana chibya cha korelasi egaka koje gocha Kenya kwa no mwana mwabo ikiyore gari ako makeresi nyagantebi tuma sikotebi abana bane bose ninchande ogu bakeresi ni obatebi ngambu yande koni ne tasnati kamori nyasna matikatali asaga ya omwana minda kandera agante damu minto tuma sikotebi abana bane munanchande gete tokorare tira tolusiokero morini agante kakita disiona gakiasa tiara nonya kingwenda Kenya tubati kende nonya lakini Nyasaye narara pianya ndente kende nonya asara kende ngakaro mana nenyomba lakini Nyasaye origoro name tasa bekiro morini name tabana bariatiga
nonya nabo asamatanga yaiga nigo boigo abaiboli banyade gosabwa nerebuya kwene kinga babekira abana babo asama soba abana bali barase Chinse Chesiko kyagera ibagwetira ase Chinse chirinigara makongomono na boigo nerebuya ko babeka asama soba kobogo kyana boyo koboko ira
nyina mwato sabera ni mwasabera ni abana baino bali Chinse Chesiko igari tori korara ogo korega asibaka saa 9 ya mambi nande mambi saa 2 kwa tuliru ndagera teyo nayo reso tiororo sino ne strong orore no enkendo okori twara mereirio bogimogo kongu twakode contract morini iranire Kenya lakini ntwakagete bune Nyasaye ngo kaengege kaune muneke iga morini arare lakini ntorigo chika Nyasaye noko twakwae kwagerete morini akarara
kaborokwa bali abago chigoswa ase university bono naboigo Chuni Street ni boigo banyade gosemiwa nerebuya otigana go sonania go chiase chisabu chitaba konye dikerio nerebuya ko beke birengere bya base chisemi naboigo bache gwe konya ankyo yabo
fate nanga ina gukurara dawa za kulevya ziko njiroro ngangita iyo njiro ege ntongo batabia kenene ya sonere kurugule diwani ile diwani ngo busi umaito busi uri kubega riko enyinero ya rente stress inse ijinani kerere na nyero na kiwapya lakini ile ndeke nango tuyaba iburu baito abana ngo genda bali university nonya abana bali bakora kurubona ali bagana university kumureke omuri buri saranse no mwananse omatebya mangana abere amanene y'injo yako gende skulu amanye bikyamurusya naende njyago kibokora
Amo ya siasa nigo boiko abara ibara obisi banyare gosabwa ngango korra baraba na inchi emeremo ekarbo iga bara ibanyare ko ene kwangango chigosu kwa bale nabo ko egwa maskani yabo kiagera nigo ba chore tum nabo igo bakabe ku obisi
ngotebe engote nero yuka asinge njoba tebe ko ruru one time bakanyisa bantu bamindo tigamura bakore gasi abatu abarigete kabakorire bakwandaka ntunduruko barama etuko barekebisha bakore gasi karatinga kekisereke muri elina ki nondo kiyote tobuya nuburenga sama kongo nuburenga sama ya elinde turekebishe astu agosete serikali ntu agosete bachorere ndera kini tore merani tu nyerekebishe 2027
Koribotiri kitaseni ya KCTV koroiga senke yiga yomongina morini omwenge yogotoka imen choro yugo ikabono ya nyarire gosiria abantu ange batano na omo bagukwase chinjira cyobututukanu ikaba igo mofata abirtukuriarera nyara kobeka efamily iga asamasabo elietaria na igongoro kwa Dan Msungu
Raibesi ya Kenya Dr. William Samoei Ruto nigarure gekure getindigo cyase ababunge hanambono bari ase chikamiti au ase bunge haskeri atebiruna nigo ababunga bagendete weswanania amo no bokurumi bogo sabaria ki hanambono kurwase abobisa abubare ase serikali Ruto nigo atebiruna nigo ababunga bo barachkwimukirwa egetambukire getindi korengana nerichiko ase boigo haburirie bitabo byoborendi boigo ebigambero kwene kibunanko korabali emirimo yabo aso bwastio kubunenchereye mu yokurani obukurumi imense ya Kenya nigo haya kwana ya chinga kikirana imeye county ya Homa Bay asege karo ekia devolution ekiogia cha kabene imeye county eyo kyabaretamo abagabana kurasi county emeronkene na isano na iberekerenge kenene gochamo na kurwania anamono obotaka hasi county
for matters corruption. While I agree with the sentiments expressed by the Speaker of the Senate, and he has made a solid statement on holding governors and county governments to account, I also must say the legislature must also be held to account. Because there is something going on in our legislature that we must call out. There is money being demanded from the executive, from governors, from ministers, from people in the executive, especially those who go for accountability before our houses of parliament. Mr. Speaker, it cannot continue to be business as usual. It is not possible that committees of parliament demand to be bribed, demand to be paid for them to write reports or to look the other way for what is happening in either the national government or the county government. All of us must act together. The fight against corruption must be an all of society engagement and exercise and effort. I also want to ask the judiciary not to be a haven for the corrupt to hide behind judicial decisions. We have innovation that is only available in Kenya that allows a corrupt person or somebody who has stolen public resources, or somebody in breach of law not to be prosecuted. Something called anticipatory bail. It is a Kenyan innovation that takes us backwards. Just let's ask ourselves, somebody who has stolen public funds and then goes to court and gets something called anticipatory bail, makes it impossible for such a person to be arrested and prosecuted endlessly. How does that support the fight against corruption? This is a matter I hope our friends in the judiciary would help us answer. Because we are undertaking transformation in Kenya, but that transformation is being undermined by corruption, and we must call it what it is. And all agencies, institutions, and arms of government, we must come together to deal with the challenge of corruption so that we can ensure that public resources.
Oyo kuligia ubo nyakirugo bekiombe kia banyanyimbo kia National Police Service Dr. Amaniuda litkolia rero nigo aikirana bosi obeka miti ye bunge yabo ase aunenkibwa ukwana ikirekyo nigaira chinga kicha bene na goteba buna onyeka gucha guchora buna omunyakirugo bekiombe kyo kia banyanyimbo nigo haeneke nigo arachkweneke buna abanyanyimba abo ngokora bali mirimo yabo asoko bwateri chiko ase boigo akwanira monchorio au ayo arachiko kora aneno mono ase kiombe kyo kia banyanyimbo.
I believe that with the rich background that I've indicated that I have in terms of my experience and also my demeanor, I believe we have an opportunity to turn around the image of the National Police Service Commission and by extension the image of the National Police Service by very pragmatic initiatives that we will want to undertake with them to ensure that we correct the extreme negative energy and image therefore. So if I get this opportunity working through with the different players, my colleague commissioners, who I believe will be able to consolidate into a solid team so that we have one singular mind to address the issues of the National Police Service instead of some of the divided noise that we hear. We will be able to, because I see a lot of rollover effect of the wars that are within the National Police Service Commission, then that filter into the National Police Service, they damper morale, they manifest in aspects of poor work ethic. So with my standards and those that I've explained, Honorable, I believe.
Ekiombeke mo ekio gitari gia serikali kimaikante buna bingwa litkolia rero nigo gikirana bosio webunge asugo saba kwa bene go eswana ni gose konyoro gusira kwa bene kurwase ekiganja kerikia NGCDF mnenjere ya moyo gwikirania emerobero yabo yo gusira abasaye ekiombekyo nene mono ababwatani bekiombekyo ni gobono basabe bunge kurigereria ogusaba kwa bana gwikiranibwa askiri bateba buna ni go babwata ababwatani au abaganitugwe eswanania amono bokoreri bekiombekyo gya bingwa mnenjere ya mo yo gusira abasaye kurwase binyoro au.
And also your constituents. An interesting observation we've made that ladies during the TVET graduation, they are normally 50-50, men to women. But when we come to on board and training, they are only 10%. And the Bingwa will restore that. And I'm very sure, honorable members, you have received so many calls from your constituents asking you, Mheshimiwa, unajua mtu Nairobi anaweza patia kijana yangu kazi. Bingwa is their big brother. And they do not need to make any call for as long as they are trustworthy and they have gone through our 8 steps of trust which I'll be leaving my colleague Daniel to take us through. But before I leave there, I leave here, I want to just invite the honorable members to tell them that the partners who are here behind us, they are partners who are mission aligned, they are partners from supply side, partners from demand side, partners for assessment, because once these young men and women on board themselves, we need to confirm, do they have that competency that they claim? And it is at that point that we come in and now train them on these soft skills for the funding that we are asking for.
The scale of the unemployment challenge in Kenya needs all hands on deck from all types of organizations. Just one example very briefly, we are supporting young people to access digital jobs. They need to be prepared. And just this week, Chair, we supported an organization that does very similar work to Bingwa to prepare young people, give them soft skills, and connect them to jobs. And you know how much that cost us? $500,000 for 500 people only. So, unfortunately, as we are unlocking opportunities.
Baibuli anamona baibuli aba mama nigo babuli bakwenekia bunangu twara bali Chinsa amo na bana babo elinde likubegeria chimbwa chingia ekyoba ekirachikoba konya betweswanania amo nebikoro ao hani wakwanwa mono makonyi bo muraibense ya Kenya kidure kindiki chingaki akorege karo amo na abangina asebo ibate babuna nigo yaene kibebuna nigo abana bakoibwera abangina.
There is a special grace for women in nurturing, shaping young children and even the youth. Kwa hivyo mimi ikiwa hapa nataka niwapigie saluti, na ndio nimesema leo kwa sababu tunakuwa na mikutano mingi na saa nyingine tunakuwa na mikutano ya vijana, tunakuwa na mikutano ya watu wote. Nikasema leo ni siku ya kina mama peke yao. Wana wetu ambao wameenda chuo kikuu na wale wamemaliza vyuo vikuu, pia sisi kama wazazi, hata kama wamekuwa sasa watu wazima na wamesoma hata kutushinda, wanajua mambo mengi ya kisasa, ya kisayansi, ya kiteknolojia kutushinda, lakini pia tukiwa wazazi lazima tuendelee kuwasaidia, kwa sababu kuna mambo mengine ambayo hayafunzwi katika shule ama chuo kikuu, yanafunzwa tu muhimu. Kwa hivyo mimi nawasema hivyo kwa sababu vijana wetu katika vyuo vikuu, university colleges, wengi, asilimia nyingi ya vijana wetu wameingilia mambo ya pombe, madawa, na hiyo inaharibu kesho yao, inaharibu afya yao, inaharibu hata kesho yao. Watakuwa watu wa aina gani? Kwa sababu hao ndio watu tunategemea sasa. Wale tunaenda retire ndio watashukua, wakuwe walimu, wakuwe wazazi, wakuwe vitu vyote ambavyo tunahitaji katika jamii. So I ask you to help us with our young people, kwa sababu hata kama wamesoma, wameelewa mambo ya sayansi, mambo ya teknolojia ya kisasa, bado wanahitaji msaada wa mambo mengine ya kimaisha ambayo hayafunzwi katika chuo chochote, katika shule yoyote. Ni kweli